Hello, dear friends. Here we are at Kardec Radio, nourishing our souls with hope and light. Yes, we're studying this beautiful book, Hope and Light, by several spirit authors through Chico Xavier. You're welcome to join us at Kardec Radio here. And I would like, as we do the introduction and await for the connection, for people to connect with us, I would like to share with you that Kardec Radio has an app where you can listen to Kardec Radio 24/7. And you can also go to our YouTube channel and watch previous programs. You can also go to our SoundCloud podcast. And now we are on Spotify. Yay! If you like Spotify, Kardec Radio has its own channel there. The playlists are there, and we hope you enjoy it. More and more Kardec Radio is available to you. If you have an Alexa, your Amazon, the Echo Dot, you can listen to it there too. So here is an opportunity for all of us to listen to Kardec Radio in so many ways, right? Welcome, welcome, dear souls. Now you're here, let us grow. Let us love, let us serve, let us help everyone. So I see Sunshine is here. Thank you so much, Sunshine. Teresa Castro, thank you, Teresa. Rihanna, thank you, Rihanna. Sol Souza, Carol Correia. What a joy, friends. It's a joy to have you all here, right? Right, Sunshine. Fantastic. So it's great to know that there is, and there is much more ahead of us. Wonderful news are popping up little by little. Wait and see. Don't wait. Join us. Don't wait, because you belong to it all. Many of you are part of it, are helping us. So thank you. Whether you donate, because people can donate to Kardec Radio and help us. Of course, there are costs. We don't ask for donations, but people ask, can we donate? Of course you can. You go to kardecradio.com. There is a donation button. You can donate. Many people donate. Some people donate, and we're grateful to them. None of this money goes to us. No, on the contrary, we are the ones who also contribute. We put the money from our pockets to all these projects. As you know, in Spiritism, we cannot receive any money, and we don't want to, because this is not ours, right? We cannot receive anything. Even if I write a book about Spiritism, these teachings were not discovered by me, so I shouldn't receive any money from it. Even if people claim, oh, Vanessa, but I am the author of a book and no spirit helped me. Oh, you think so? And the teachings, you created them? These teachings were revelations. You can't make money on it, even if you write a book about it. It cannot go to you. That's the rule, okay? And Chico Xavier, more than any of us, gave us the example of it all. And Jesus, our master, he didn't go there either. Paul of Tarsus worked to pay for the expenses of the works. Yes, he paid from his pocket to travel, to go places, to help, to disseminate. So who are we to receive anything? Talking about receiving a lot, today the lesson is about the importance of the body. Our bodies are the first and most important asset. And I say this in a loving way that we have. So today we have a spirit named Jair Presente. I'll tell you at another program who he is. Today we don't have much time, but he will come back in this book and I'll let you know. But he is one of the spirits that came through Chico Xavier to tell us in a very youthful way very joyful way the importance of the body. So she gives names. It's as if he's telling us a story. It's a story. Are you ready? The importance of the body. Miss Nina Laura, amid great brilliance, married Tetel Carvalho. These are names, okay? Folk names in Brazil. Miss Nina Laura, amid great brilliance, married Tetel Carvalho, aspiring to have a child. He was a rich young man who owned what he wanted. He wanted pleasure, but he adored his wife. She wanted power, using her own beauty. He thought pleasure in the forces of nature. Nina Laura got pregnant in carrying poems, and despite many complaints, had a handsome little son. Her enthusiastic husband named him Louis. The couple who had received him was much happier indeed. The little one grew in sweet and beautiful experience. It was a flower of tenderness and great intelligence. The husband, after a party, touched in new hope, told his wife that he was hoping for a new child. But Nina Laura claimed almost harshly, the pregnancy for me was a terrible torment. 4 years went by. The picture has changed for good. Miss Nina showed up under new motherhood. 3 months have passed. She who loved comfort sought a midwife to address her abortion. Elegantly, she said, abortion was her business, but her dear son was suddenly saddened. Little Louis, for 2 months, was melancholic, and despite the treatments, died of leukemia. Louis conquered the maternal love. Nina then fell sick in bed. Soon after, she thought her son was the most loved being. One night, she heard Louis, her son who passed away, saying, "Mommy, I still feel disconsolate when I think that you denied to my brother the warmth of your lap." He was my brother to me, beloved, to whom I promised to help, to live by my side. And Miss Nina wailed in pain and remorse as well, until cancer opened the door of the great beyond. This poem came through the hands of Chico Xavier. Okay? Observe the style, because you see that in different, first of all, I know the message is hard to absorb, but let us first talk about the style as we give some time to absorb the message. First and foremost, different spirits, different styles, it's very clear. And a good medium brings a message, no matter how simple, how deep, the truth. As the medium's book explained to us, Kardec talks about instructive messages, serious messages. There are messages that are serious, there are others that are instructive. This one is seriously instructive. The style seems simple, the story may seem simple, but not quite. It's so well composed, it's so clear that it's deeper than we imagine. And here comes a lesson. Motherhood. Did you know that several spirits wrote messages about motherhood in a book that was compiled with all those messages titled Mother? This book is yet to be translated. but is one of the 460 plus books that Chico Xavier psychographed. One about mother, talking about the mission of motherhood, a mission that is not as valued nowadays as it were in the past, a mission that is devalued. And as a mother, I can tell because I feel it in my own skin that people, and I observe how people think that it's more important to have a job, have money, put the money on the table than to take care of a child. And if you take good care of this child, you're not appreciated by many people because they think you're going overboard. And time will tell, right? But the question for us here is, how many people are just like this woman, Nina? She married a guy, she wanted a kid. He had the money. So we're talking about preparedness, no preparedness. And then she has a child, she loves this kid, though she complained throughout her pregnancy. And then she committed abortion. And then the spirit that is supposed to remain discarnates and she ends up having cancer. And you may say, oh my God, what about the second chance? But you don't know previous lives. Maybe she was prepared to do it once, knowing that she had done worse in previous lives. If she has done abortion in this life, in previous lives, you bet she did it too. And people are like, oh, but the body is mine. Yes and no. Your body is God's, belongs to God. No, Vanessa, it's mine. No, it belongs to God. God lent the body to you because you're going to have to return it. Some people say, I don't believe in God. Okay, so breathe on your own. I'm breathing. No, you're not breathing on your own because you don't command your breathing. Your brain does, but you don't. So who is commanding it? Not you. Which means there is a force superior to you. So we're not the owners of our bodies. We don't have the power of self-sustenance, of self-creation. Is some people, they claim that they are so rational, they don't believe in God. And deeply, it's the opposite. If they were deeply rational, they would see that it's impossible to deny God. So it's very irrational to deny God. Because if you really think through it, it's impossible for you to prove that there is no God, that God doesn't exist. And the body is not ours. And the body of this baby is not ours either. So much so that it's another heart. So there is no actual justification for an abortion. And according to the spirits, it's the most heinous crime. And I apologize if you're feeling bad and is watching or listening to this program. We're not accusing you because in this life, I haven't done it. But I know that in previous lives, I've done it. I know. How do I know? Well, I know a little bit of myself. I've seen previous lives and I can tell, of course I did it in the past. Not in this life. So, does that make me feel bad? No, it makes me feel responsible. Now I'm telling you, sharing with you what makes sense. The body's not ours. So what do we do next? Well, love. As Jesus told Mary Magdalene, love covers a multitude of mistakes. So love now. Start by yourself. Be compassionate to yourself as we need to do with ourselves, right? Yes. And it's important for us to observe that Jair Presente, the spirit author of this beautiful story today on the importance of the body, he's saying our physical body is the manner in which we are given an opportunity to reincarnate. And if we spoil it, we create lesions that will be, let's say, adjusted through illnesses. When we go to the book Evolution into Worlds, Part 2, Chapter 19, we have studied it at Kardec Radio, right? This year. So in that book, André Luiz is asked, how do we get to be predisposed to illnesses? And he answers, when we make grave mistakes, like abortion. And he explains the mechanism. He says, the minute we make a grave mistake, because our inner conscience, the conscious inside of us, the divine one, filters it out, and it's like gets clogged. He says, we form a nodule, like a knot of spiritual disturbance in the spiritual body, and that's going to be there like a crystallization, and it's going to be flushed out during reincarnation. And it only happens, it may happen by doing a lot of good, but since we don't, it's going to be flushed out in form of illnesses. In the Spiritist magazine, I think it's in an issue in 2009, Sueli Caldas Schubert wrote an article that is there talking about illnesses and the Spiritist view and predisposition to illnesses, where she rescues that concept, telling us about, how much of a blessing illnesses are, because they are a way for us to come to terms with our conscience, as if we are expunging that knot of disturbing vibrations. So this woman, she certainly felt guilty after that dream, thinking, oh my gosh, not only did I cut short the life of somebody who needed it, but I also disappointed the highest plan with my son who discarnated. It was too much of a load. She felt responsible, guilty. And then in the book Thought and Life, Emmanuel tells us about the hardships of guilt. If we don't know how to manage guilt, we're going to fall trapped to it. And then illnesses will come next, because when André Luiz talks about predispositions to illnesses, he says, when you make a grave mistake and the remembrance of it all, meaning guilt, you go back and that's the loop. Da-da-ding, da-da-ding, da-da-dum. And not necessarily it's something that externalized in us. Sometimes it's just that. Inside of our minds, it's like, I know I made a mistake. So we need to learn how to manage guilt. Because by simply feeling guilty, we're not repairing anything. Some people think, I need to suffer because I made others suffer. But by doing so, you're not going to come to terms. We still need to repair. We need to be proactive in our pathway to reparation, as Allan Kardec says in the book Heaven and Hell. Parenthesis here, Heaven and Hell, the cases of the dialogues between several different types of spirits and Kardec is being revisited and studied with Sunshine every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Right? Beautiful works, Sunshine. So friends, what is the importance of the body? A new beginning. You may be asking, what can I do in the next 24 hours to feel this scripture that we're reading today? I think the good spirits, through this message of Jair Presentes, through Chico Xavier, are asking us to boost our hope by appreciating this beautiful friend, the physical body. And we say, thank you. Thank you for being here with me. So let us in the next 24 hours just do that. Shall we? Just express our gratitude to the body. In the shower, when we're eating, when we're walking, when we are resting, even when you're sleeping, let us bless the body and say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because of you, I have this reincarnation. I am able to be here, and consequently will be thankful for those who generated us physically and have been helping us as well. But that's our homework in the next 24 hours, friends. Okay, shall we do it? Thank you, my physical body, for being here with me. And as Rihanna is saying something so beautiful about guilt, it's like Paul of Tarsus, he never looked back, he only worked for the good. Beautiful hope, right, Rihanna? So we look at this body and say, thank you. And from today on, I'm going to make it better. Thanks to this body, right, Nora Brazil, right? And as, thank you, Sunshine, she's quoting from chapter 22, Thought and Life. Guilt requires a readjustment with true humility. You and Rihanna, it's amazing. Sunshine is in California. Rihanna in South Africa. We're here in the East Coast, state of Virginia, United States. And look, the synchronicity. We feel ourselves in this beautiful classroom of the earth. It's like a terrestrial classroom. We're together, learning with one another, sharing this good news, and boosting each other's hope. We look at our bodies and say, thank you, body. Because of you, I have a new day, new opportunity to do the good, to seek the good, to feel the good, to visualize the good, and to mold this good with all the resources we have at hand. It's almost as if we're hearing, angels we have heard on high. La da 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 da. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria to the body. And it's really the mercy of God to allow us to be born yet again. Thank you, friends, for being with us at Kardec Radio. We are going to come back tomorrow with another chapter of the book Hope and Light by several spirits through Chico Xavier here at Kardec Radio, always nourishing our souls. Thank you, friends. Until tomorrow, God willing.